Good morning. Golly. I swear, my little community is a joke. Not everybody in the community, but there's a lot of people in this community that are a joke. They're just a straight joke. I mean, I hate it. I hate to have to call people like it is. That's the most frustrating thing to me in my walk, in my story, in my purpose, is I come across so many people that have issues with me, but they can't articulate it. The words can't come out of their mouth truly. They can't say it out of their mouth in reference to whatever issues they may or may not have. They cannot physically say it out of their mouth. They cannot land on that answer in reference to why it is they do the things they do, why it is they say the things that they say. They can't even land on that answer, but yet they still choose to do it because this is how cowards move. I mean, I'm sorry, they just do. You know, same thing with Trump doing a speech talking about voting fraud. Let it go. Let it go. You're in there now, so do something. Quit talking about previous voting fraud. Okay, we get it. So do your job now. You're in there. Do something. My gosh. It's just crazy to me. It's also crazy to me how he never talks about Charlie Kirk. I was thinking about that last night. That popped in my head. For somebody that was really close to Charlie moved mountains to get him elected. And he doesn't even, he has barely talked about him or the investigation. It's just crazy. These people are just, it's so crazy to me how dark and sinister people can be for influence, for clout, for money, for power, for fame. At all costs. They'll give anything. They'll sign the dotted line. You know? And then they get mad at themselves for signing the dotted line and the life that they're choosing to live here on earth. And so because they're mad at themselves, they then go into the world and take it out on other people. That's all I see all day. They're not truly mad at me. They're mad at themselves because they can't be truly who they want to be. They can't tell the truth. They cannot tell the truth. Could you imagine walking in a day-to-day chains, not being able to tell the truth? Grown men. This is what's so frustrating to me. The amount of grown men that I see act a dang fool, thinking that they're God's greatest gift to this world. They're God's greatest gift to this world. That you can just tell by how they act, how they talk, how they articulate, how they boast on themselves. Well, there's tons and tons of people in just horrible situations, and it's good to be boastful. It's good to understand what you've had to work through to get to what it is you have, but you have to do it with tactfulness of understanding the type of world we live in right now. And are you doing your part to make it a better place? Because by the looks of it that I see, you're not. You're surely not. You're not. And so it's crazy to me when I come across these people like this in the men department and the women department in my little community. And it's like, just stay in your own lane. You know, this is the biggest issue for me. Like, I'm so past it. It is what it is. The tactics, the illusions, all this crap, it's never going to work. I'm used to it at this point. This is all I know. It's just another day at the office. Okay? However, what's frustrating to me is like when I go in to do my job and I'm being constantly met with just ignorant stuff, resources not working, things of that nature because of different scenarios such as that. It's like now we live in a world where people are getting paid to take these types of measures. Tax dollar money. I don't know. I just wish somebody would make it make sense to me so I can understand. Make it make sense to me. You know, like, I'm just past the point. If I'm surrounded by people and I pick up on conversations and snide remarks and, you know, just depending on the circumstances of what's being said, I'll snip in on it. I will. I'm just past the point of caring. I'm so exhausted of men being cowards. Men, grown men being cowards, and then walking into this world as if they're God's greatest gift to society, as if they're upstanding citizens when they have extremely dirty things in the closet that they're a part of, that they're organized with, that they're affiliated with, how they choose to make their money, what they choose to do with their money. You know, somebody's got to speak up to it. Somebody's got to. My gosh. Otherwise, we're going to stay on the same vicious circle. And you don't even have to be rude or conniving or anything like that. You can just give some little peaceful nuggets. You know? Some people just need to be put in their place. You got to find that healthy balance between your light and your dark. Your masculine and your feminine energy. And I'm just learning to kind of stand more in my masculine energy, you know, and not let people walk all over me. You know, people's projections, people's deflections, they're always going to be around. People are always going to have something to say. They're always going to have something to say. They're going to always point the finger at you and hide their hands. They're going to create illusions. They're going to create stories. They're going to get behind a podium and talk about the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, over and over again, with no change. No change. Just going to keep talking about it. And not talking about the things that they should be talking about, like Charlie Kirk's investigation. That's what he should be talking about. The fact that he's not is just telling on himself right there. You know? Because he knows as soon as he started talking about it, you would be able to tell that he's lying. You know, that's why he said very little. Very little. When Charlie did pass away. He said very, very little. Because he's smart. He's a smart enough man to know that you will be able to tell that he's lying. Erica, she's like doing the dang thing. She's like, screw it. But I hope everybody has a good day. I work at my second job today, but yeah. My community is such a trip. I can't wait to see the people that I come in today for work. Come in and see me. Please do. It's like I say this all the time now. It's like my community wanted a show. They wanted a show. They want to be put on the map. Here's their time to shine. Here's their time to shine. Here you go. Have at it. Chin up, chest out. Take it on the chin like I did. You know? I say this all the time when I'm driving around and people acting a fool, showing their ass. I'm like, hey, you wanted the limelight. All these people in my past, all these narrations to my life, all these illusions, all these people playing their parts and, you know, showing their cards. You guys wanted this. Here you go. It's all yours. The stage has been set. I want you to have a good time with it. You wanted the limelight. I want you to have it. It's all yours. You know? This is where I'm at. And I mean it. I mean it. I want everybody to have whatever it is they want. They want the limelight? By all means, take it. They want money? Have it. They want clout? Please do. They want influence? Definitely. Take it. I don't need none of that. I don't want it. I'm fully happy in my own skin, in my own foundation, in my own little life. Pushing the pavement. Doing things the righteous way with my sovereignty intact. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I don't need nothing else. I'm happy with my health. I'm happy with my son's health. I'm happy with the friendships that I made. So, you just got to find your own happiness and what that looks like for you. Otherwise, you're always going to constantly be chasing things and allowing men to dictate you that are just freaking cowards. They're cowards. They're pathetic. Pathetic.